The Rich and the Dead, a factual journey through Neanderthal life and their legacy. Imagine a world where survival was both a struggle and a triumph, where every day was a battle between life and death, and where the lavish comforts of the rich were far beyond the reach of those who lived in the shadows of extinction. This is the world of the Neanderthals, who once walked the earth alongside our ancestors, leaving behind a complex legacy that is slowly being uncovered by modern science. The Rich, the life of the elite in prehistoric times. The rich in Neanderthal society would have been the ones who had access to the best hunting grounds, the most sheltered caves, and the most skilled artisans in their communities. While we don't know exactly what rich meant for a Neanderthal, we can imagine that their lives were somewhat shaped by their ability to hunt, gather, and craft tools which were essential for survival. Shelters fit for the elite. In the cold, harsh world of prehistoric Europe, shelter was everything. For the elite Neanderthals, it is possible they lived in caves that were more sheltered, warmer, and closer to prime hunting grounds. These caves might have been decorated with simple carvings or markings made by the community, reflecting their status. Imagine entering a cave, feeling the rough walls of stone beneath your fingers, the scent of animal hides used to line the floors, and the warmth of a fire crackling in the center, keeping the bitter cold at bay. Hunting for luxury. The wealthiest Neanderthals likely had access to the best hunting grounds. While we know that Neanderthals were skilled hunters, using tools and weapons to hunt large animals like mammoths, bison, and deer, the elite would have had the resources to secure the most valuable prey. Picture yourself holding a finely crafted spear, feeling the weight of the stone tip as you set out with your clan to hunt the mighty mammoth. These hunts would have been dangerous and required incredible skill, teamwork, and strategy. Fine tools and weapons. The elite in Neanderthal society might also have had access to the best tools. Neanderthals are known for their advanced flint tools, which they used for hunting, butchering animals, and making clothing. The richest among them would have had finely made blades, spears, and scrapers, all sharpened with skill and precision. Imagine running your fingers over a finely crafted stone tool, the edges perfectly shaped for cutting and scraping, giving you a sense of the craftsmanship that went into these tools. Clothing and adornments. While Neanderthals are often portrayed as primitive, evidence suggests they wore clothing made from animal hides, and they may have used bones and teeth as adornments. The wealthy Neanderthals would likely have had access to the finest furs and pelts, which would have been sewn into warm, protective garments. Picture the feeling of soft fur against your skin, offering warmth during long, harsh winters. They may also have used jewelry made from bone, shells, and teeth, symbols of their status in the community. The dead, the end of a species and their legacy. The Neanderthals, despite their skills and survival tactics, ultimately faced extinction. Around 40,000 years ago, they disappeared, and modern humans, Homo sapiens, emerged as the dominant species. But the Neanderthal legacy is far from dead. Their DNA lives on in the genes of every non-African person alive today. The burial rituals. One of the most striking features of Neanderthal society was their approach to death. Neanderthals are believed to have buried their dead, sometimes with tools or animal bones placed alongside them. These burial practices suggest that Neanderthals had a sense of the afterlife and perhaps some form of spiritual belief. Imagine the solemnity of a burial site, the soft touch of earth over a loved one's body, and the quiet reverence that accompanied these ritual practices. A life full of hardship. Neanderthal life was tough. Their days were filled with the demands of survival, hunting, gathering, and protecting their families from predators. The rich in their society, though perhaps better off than others, still had to face the brutal realities of the prehistoric world. Imagine the cold wind biting at your skin as you traverse the tundra in search of food, the rough terrain beneath your feet, and the constant threat of predators lurking in the shadows. Neanderthals faced many challenges, including harsh climates, injuries from hunting, and competition from other species. Some Neanderthal skeletons show signs of healed injuries, indicating that they led tough lives, often surviving wounds that would have been fatal for modern humans. Picture the pain of a broken limb, the sense of determination it would take to survive such an injury, and the bond within a group that helped one another endure such hardships. Extinction and the legacy. Despite their resilience, Neanderthals eventually went extinct. Some scientists believe that competition with Homo sapiens, climate change, and possible interbreeding led to their demise. However, their legacy lives on in us. Modern humans share between 1% and 2% of our DNA with Neanderthals, a reminder of the interactions between our species. Picture the invisible threads that connect us to the past, the genes that carry the story of survival, adaptation, and extinction. The Neanderthal Renaissance. In recent years, scientists have begun to unlock more of the Neanderthal story through DNA analysis. These findings have reshaped our understanding of human evolution, showing that the rich and the dead Neanderthals were more complex than we once thought. Their contributions to our genetic makeup include traits related to immunity, skin color, and even certain aspects of personality. Through cutting-edge technology, researchers have been able to reconstruct ancient genomes, study fossilized bones, and piece together the Neanderthal way of life. We are beginning to understand that the Neanderthals were not just a dead species but a vital part of our shared history. The factual story of Neanderthals, of the rich surviving in a harsh world and their eventual extinction, reminds us of the complexity of life, survival, and legacy. Their story is not just about what was lost but also about what was passed down through the genes that continue to shape us today. Their bones, their tools, their DNA, each touch brings us closer to understanding the intricate story of humanity's distant past.